I'm Leslie Ellis, and I'm here with Gerrit Niemeijer, who is CTO of Visible World, and we're going to talk about the state of advanced advertising.
And you've been doing this for what, 10? Visible World has been around for 12 years.
Yeah.
You've been doing this for at least 10 years.
Yes.
What have you learned? What works, what doesn't work?
Well, there are, that's a
High level, yeah.
That's a big question. I think a second, and I'm going to just give you an example because there's a whole bunch of things that are coming out of that system, because it's bringing up so much data and new use cases and learning that it's impossible to say, well, this is what we learned.
Yeah.
But one thing is we can, in cases where we target commercials to individual households, we can also see the impressions, so we can track the impressions on an aggregate level. And we can see whether or not they tuned away, we can see how often people saw it. And when we do that, we see that the clients, the marketing department or the advertisers are seeing things that they hadn't expected. Mm-hmm. One of the things they are seeing is there's this thing called frequency capping, or frequency. So frequency for a campaign is the number of times that an individual person sees that commercial.
Okay.
And so what you'll see is if you run a campaign for a month, you'll see some people never saw it, some people saw it once, some people saw it twice, and then there's people that saw it 5 or 6 or 7 times. The marketers know that overexposure, so seeing the same commercial too many times.
Yes, in Denver, it's Deal and Doug.
You
could take him off tomorrow, that would be fine with me.
Well, but it may be different because it depends on individual behavior. So certain people will see it like 1,000 times, and some other people see it like 2 times.
Yeah.
And so they kind of have a sense of what the optimal number of times is, and that's 5 or 6 or 7 or something like that. But what they were seeing, now that we're tracking individual impressions, is they're seeing a distribution, and they're seeing there's a number of people that see this ad, even while the average is okay, 4 or 5, there's like maybe 5% of the people that see it like more than 50 times. Mm-hmm. And that's really bad, and they hadn't really realized that, first of all, and second of all, they were not able to do anything about it. Mm-hmm. So one of the things we did is we put this feature in place that is called frequency capping, whereby you can say, not only can you target these commercials and send dog food commercials to the dog owners, etc., you can also limit the amount of times that people see it, because after a certain number of times it starts to be counterproductive, actually.
Yes, I will never buy a car from Deal and Doug.
Well, there you go.